Okay. Okay. What up, y'all? So hit the like button. Definitely engage in the chat. Be respectful. I tell you to be respectful. I don't ask you. I tell you. Be respectful. Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all been? I mean, I've been sick. I've been burnt out by work, by working doubles, and I've been drained. And my family had a situation. So I've been worn down. This is the first time I took 3 straight days off of just for rest. I still had to take care of my personal things. So, hmm. So I'm just waiting for y'all to come in. I'll give it like a good 10 more couple minutes. So let me try this. Let me try this. Thank you both with the I'll definitely get. I mean, shout out to Kendra Davis, the Crimson Cure. I love what she talks about. I mean, she dope. I mean, her balanced perspective and man, I mean, is she a rare? She's rare. She's one of the realest. I mean, she's one of the realest, and she does deserve her flowers. The way she teaches, she actually she. Oh, JD. Well, now this brother JD Black, man. Oh man, I mean, but let me check. Let me check. I'm going to go on my. I'm on the TV screen. So what I'm going to do is play the video that I screen recorded, and I'm going to see. Um, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it. Oh, I can hear myself. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it. Oh, I can hear myself. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it. Oh, I can hear myself. I'm going to play it. Hold on one second. Hold on. You hear that? All right, I'm here. Excuse me. Who's in? Who's in the? Who's here? Who's here? Who's here? Excuse me. Excuse me. These folks are, man. Hold on. Let me turn on. Let me just, because I got some. Okay, we're gonna play the video. I got my. Gonna play the video right now. And then I'm gonna, because I got that. I'm using my other phone connected to the Bluetooth. I'm gonna talk. Now I'm gonna get to play that again. I'll make sure you hear this loud and clear. Let me say this. Those are not her friends. Those are not her friends. But I'll continue. What happened? Tell me tonight, they're not fine. Sit back and wait on God. Like I said, she don't get justice. A mystery in Mexico. How did a weekend with friends turn into a nightmare? That is not adding up right here. Bernard is telling my hold on, sorry about that.
Parents say she took a trip to Mexico last month with a group of friends. Her friends made it back, but she didn't. They say she was found dead. They were told what happened, but they tell me tonight they're not buying it. I just sit back and wait on God, because like I say, she's going to get justice. A mystery in Mexico. How did a weekend with friends turn into a nightmare? Something is not adding up right here. Bernard and Salamandra Robinson say their daughter, 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson, traveled with friends from Charlotte to Cabo, Mexico on October the 28th.
Okay. So, turn this off. Don't need. So let me. So I actually was able to post this on my Instagram, and I had to really go in. What's up? Who's watching? Please announce yourself. We got. I'm speaking. Yes, I'm back, y'all. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna. I'll definitely check her out later on. So I'm going to my Instagram right now because. So I got these comments from these goofy ass heifers, trying to blame this back on black men for some odd reason of what black men should do. I'm gonna tell y'all this, tell you brothers this. It's you just gotta mind your business. It's trying to intervene and trying to protect women that you don't know. It's just not the way to go. What is the reward? I mean, when was the last time a woman did protect you? Oh, we protect y'all. No, you protect these hood ass niggas. Y'all protect your white zaddy. Y'all protect the gay community, the LGBTQ. And I got this masculine, toxic, masculine, hoe ass bitch. I got this masculine, toxic, this woman, this mannish chick. This toxic masculine, and you know she ain't getting no dick. That's why she mad. And I'm not being. I'm not. Hey, I'm just. Hey, these are the facts, people. Okay. This is the heifer who came for me for no reason. Okay, just out of pocket as hell. Let's see if I can flip this. Um, no, I can't. I don't know how to flip the camera, but so basically, because I want to get a clear view. She has some choice words for me. I can't see it. I don't know if y'all can see it, but she looks like she ain't no man checking for her, and she just mad. Okay. And then she's trying to cover up. Don't try to do the sisterhood thing because we calling out black women on black women crime. We're calling out how women do harm to each other more so than men do. Y'all do harm to children, and actually, a lot of y'all do harm to more men, especially on social media. But you see, the narrative is this: they don't report. A lot of these reports go unreported because the police. And I've been in these situations. And where you're in an institution, establishment, you report this shit. You got evidence that this bitch is going crazy. They looking at you like you're the villain, even though they know she out of pocket. Like, or they make some type of goddamn excuse for why she doing what she do. She must have had a bad childhood. We all had a bad childhoods. A lot of these women had good childhoods compared to what men deal with. Got all types of attention. A lot of these women, man, had getting flown out. You got these dudes tricking money off them, getting their bills paid. How hard was their life? They got the government assistance, they got police behind them, but they talk about they hate police. Well, and guess what? Who calls the police? More so black women. And these are facts. I know a lot of people don't like to hear these facts. No, a lot of people don't like to hear these facts. Mm-hmm. What's up? Who's here? I don't even know. So a lot of these facts, okay? This bitch had a nerve to say, "Did you see the different feeds? This is actually a man, not a woman." We're not doing that. Too brown, too beautiful brown. Ain't nothing beautiful about you. You ugly brown. Looking all masculine. You looking all washed up, ran through. You have no feminine energy. You actually might be the man. We're not going to change the pronouns because last time I checked, you the same Democratic heifer, Democratic coon ass, hoe ass, Negro bedwitch, white zaddy worshiping white liberal loving bitch who actually supported that there should be no gender when it comes to using the public restroom, when it comes to the locker room. Y'all said y'all want women to be in positions of authority, and look where that got us. Why? Why y'all just want to have power over men? What is the gain from that? For your own personal ego? Who's ever watching? Comment. I need to hear y'all. I need some feedback in the chat. Trying to blame this on straight men. Those were a bunch of heifers, as I know. Now the dudes who sounded like talk about these five facts, they may put on a dress, if you know what I mean. Then I had another heifer, looking all looking all handsome, dry, ashy. These guys, I mean, unless she's allergic to lotion, all this mask. Oh, look at all mannish and shit. Let me see. Look at all mannish. I don't know if you can't. I know you can't. Probably can't see it. So, and damn, Them, she looked like a transformer, a tranny. Raven, 33. She's trying to cover up for. I'm trying to just. And this is what they do. Women are. Let me tell you about these women. These women will be crying about men sliding in their DMs and sending dick pics. But, you know, at the same time, these would be the same females sliding in men's DMs, you know, that top 1% or that hood drug dealer or that dusty white male. You know, they love them trailer park white males. I mean, anything's white is all right over a decent brother. Whiteness is currency to these hoes, these black Negro Bedouin coon cunts. No, don't be scared. No, you ain't scamming this. You ain't scamming. You ain't. Don't be trying to scam here. Don't you be trying to spam. Get the fuck out of here with that. Don't be disrespectful like that. You promote that shit on your own channel. You don't do that here. Don't even know me. You didn't even hit the like button, probably, and you want to just come in and spam. No, we don't do that. This heifer, this testosterone, taking too much testosterone, this masculine, handsome looking, weave wearing heifer have the nerve to try to call me out on my and you know it's so funny because I had a but let me read this. Raven 3 I'm trying to figure out why are you talking about sexist shit. Oh, that's what you're doing. But I digress. When the girl got beat to death, she dead. Let's keep focused on what's going on. It had nothing to do with men jumping on women. Huh? What the fuck? What is it? I didn't say men were jumping on women. See, this is how I know that this heifer is a goddamn show. I didn't say men were beating on her. I said it was women beating on other women. So because they ain't getting no D, they ain't getting no attention. And a lot of these bums who did harm to Shanquella, she paid for the whole trip, the whole girls' trips with the girls and effeminate males trip, the girls and LGBT trip to Mexico. So I didn't say nothing. See, you're the ones being sexist. See, that's how you telling yourself. You ain't obviously. This is why she don't have nobody. That's why she want to just come after straight black men because ain't nobody want to deal with her. Looking all dusty in your Section 8 house. At least keep your house clean. You wonder why I do just want to smash and dash. I wouldn't even do that, man. It's not even worth it. You know, she be trying to talk like Becky and try to make sure you end up like Emmett Till and these other black men. A lot of black women act like these old ass racist white bitches, these cave hoes that they hate, but they stand with them all the goddamn time, thinking that Mass is gonna choose her over his female counterpart. You're dead ass wrong. You a pump and dump, but they don't say nothing. Hit the like button. Who's coming here? Hit the like button. Let me continue with this. This raggedy hood rat who's been smoking too many blunts, voice is deep as fuck, has the audacity to say, she gonna tell me what I should focus on. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You don't get to tell me what I should or shouldn't focus on my damn platform. Now, if you want to bring something to my attention, the correct thing to do would have been send me some information, give me a reference where I should look the shit up. You send me your information. You send me where you got the information. Then I could have worked with you then. No, this is the problem with black women. They want to boss black men around like we're little boys and shit. What's going? So I continue on the see. I'm just trying to figure out why you talking about sexist shit when the girl don't got beat to death. She did. Let's keep focused on what's going on. It has nothing to do with men jumping on women. Women jumping on women. You sound stupid. You sound like a hater to women. You must be gay and one of them unhappy gays. See, this is what they do. This is what they do. They want to attack your masculinity as a straight black man, but she supports the LGBTQ. She supports men wearing dresses. I bet she got a whole shitload of collection of Tyler Perry's movies that are anti-black as fuck, that portray black women in the worst light, unfeminine, dysfunctional, always a professional victim, and demonizes and bash and trash black men. And a whole lot of shucking and jiving for Massa. You know what I'm saying? And I love it how, you got these females. You got, let me just. So, you got like this rapper, summer rapper, right? She's showing her pregnant belly while she dancing and twerking. I am so sick and tired of black women and you simp ass pro whack males and you fake pro black bitches defending ratchet behavior of black women. But when you got black women who don't engage in that, y'all call them all types of pick-me's. Black women who are not no coon shit, who got pride, wear their hair natural, who don't have a Negro-Pean mindset, don't talk about their useless ass degrees with a ton of debt. You want to say, I'm just happy that's not the majority of women. I'm sorry. That is not true. They are the majority of women who are complicit to bullshit. The majority of these women are complicit and they don't check females who are bad, who are toxic, ratchet, and the biggest 304s, who are not fit, friendly, and cooperative. Y'all sit there complicit because you're so afraid of the sisterhood that really don't exist. That's why Shanquella got murdered. Deleted. Whatever. You want to blame this on black men. So let me I'm gonna hold on a second. Hold on a second, y'all. Because you know what I'm saying? It's just I ain't trying to say that. Give me 1 second, people. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Okay, let me go. Nice I'm actually growing ginger, by the way. So let me move on. Let me get in for a bit. Welcome to the stream. Make sure you like NC Beat. So I want to read these reports. So this is what I got pulled up. There's been some people. There were some of the friends on TikTok. There was his brother, who had a checkered past, accused of sexually assaulting women. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't like the fact that you have females who will say, "I was this happened to me, and this was like 5 years ago," and all this other stuff. They say they were afraid to come forward but they had no fear coming on social media. So you can't, if you're so afraid, you don't get on social media and start airing out your business where you actually discredit yourself and actually put yourself in more harm's way. And but see, this is what women do. They want to act like these white hoes and make black men guilty of public opinion. Now they will talk about white females doing this, but when black females doing it, nobody wants to talk about it. When black women commit crimes on black men, especially with this bullshit, which is a lie, black men dying every 5 hours, that's a bunch of bullshit. The numbers, when they did the numbers, that didn't even add up. When you actually have black women being violent towards children, especially black boys, their sons or non-biological sons or just random boys, you have a black bitch, and I might discuss it later, talk about black women where's the most bitchiest boys. But when it comes to these white males who are very effeminate and they like to shoot up schools and have tantrums and will put hands on you and be inappropriate, she had no smoke for them. A lot of these females create these conditions and rob boys of masculinity with trauma and abuse, just like they treat their girls like their sons, but they will ask for their special treatment because she's treated in a masculine role, but she gets the benefits of allegedly both, but she gets special treatment because she got tatas, ass and titties and shit. We don't get the best of both of them. They actually get the worst of the worst. So there's this article on NC Beat, the NC Beat, back on November, basically like before Thanksgiving, was saying she's a successful businesswoman out in Charlotte. And I'm paraphrasing the first part, a successful Charlotte, North Carolina businesswoman who went on a trip to Mexico with her best friends, and she paid for the whole trip for all these bums. That's why you got to get away. When you start prospering, you got to get the fuck away from certain people if they're not progressing. Because I know you want to carry your friends and they don't support you. We have a crowds in the barrel mentality. Her best friend, more than 5 years, Kali Cook, is lying about what happened to her. On Friday, October 28th, 2022, 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson, her best friend, Kali Cook, and others, Malik Dyer, Winter Donovan, Alicia Hatt, Day Jading, Jackson, Neza Wickens, went to Cabo, Mexico. And this is the reason why we have a hard time. This is the reason why. I mean, these are some. I can understand why these females murder that sister. I can understand Elise, Michelle Hatt, Winter Donovan, and the most ugliest is Dejanay Jackson. Ugh. She hit the wall real early. Looked like a woman who aged badly. She's like in her mid-20s, and she's looked like she's damn near 50, and just been just depleted. I mean, hit and crash and burn at the wall. She looked like she post-wall. So they're saying Saturday, Shanquella Robinson's mother, Salah Madra Robinson, said they received a phone call from Kali about Shanquella resting and not feeling good. When actually I saw the raw clip, she was walking around, she was being set up, she was out there naked. Looking to go skinny dipping. Shout out to Kid Organic. Shout out to JD Black. And shout out to Rango TV Raw, Rango TV Reactions, Rango TV Raw. Shout out to you, brother. So Kali called the mom that the ambulance was at the building, which was not. They murdered her, and the mother said that they put her on hold. I think the guy friend, and they were confused because he had just spoken to her, saying she was fine when she was not. When Calais returned to the line, he told the mother that Shanquella had alcohol poisoning. However, the mother said she was a little calm and trusted Callie. Unfortunately, the medics could not save her. Callie, hurried to get out of Mexico to escape being caught in illegal trouble, so they returned to U.S. earlier. So they were setting her up. The mother says, I mean, basically, the Callie kept coming to the family, trying to make it seem like it was innocent, that nothing happened, but they're lying. They were trying to cover up for the murder. So I'm not going to read all that, but so they had some more. I'm going to just pull up some of the stuff. Winter Donovan. Okay. So basically, this Dusty Heifer. So Winter Donovan, okay, as Shanquella Robinson's mysterious death to the interest Neeson sources revealed that the victim was allegedly assaulted by Dejanay Jackson and Winter Donovan. So you had two heifers jump this young woman. These hood rats are so ungrateful. Shanquella Robinson pays for them to go to Mexico for this trip, and then they do this to her. This is why you need to protect women from other women and protect women from themselves. Because my thing at Shanquella being like 25 years old, she looked like she was for the streets. She looked like she was looking for it's like, and my thing is like, look, these females be getting it in when they're like, some of them from at middle school, high school. I mean, having trains ran on them, pumping, and they'd be pumping and dumping a lot of time. These women we talk about, they have no emotional connection. Some of these women, I would say a lot of these women nowadays fuck better than these dudes. They can hit it and quit it like it better than most men. And these women know how to organize. These women, I ain't gonna say too much about my personal life, but I will tell you that these women, young and old, these young women and these older women, but particularly since these young women, they know how to sneak guys in their house. They know how to meet them at the parking lot to do the naughty, give them top, get their feet sucked on, give them a foot job and all that stuff. These women know how to meet up with men. So when they talk about they're afraid of men, they don't trust to meet men in certain places, it's all cap. Because these females will put themselves in weird, fucked up, dangerous places where they have no business being at, and then they think women, that these other females give a fuck about them because of this notion of the sisterhood, and that's not the case. A lot of these women are jealous of other women. They're in competition. It's really crazy. Baja California Attorney General's office have no outside announcement that the victim's death is being investigated as a femicide. Let me tell you about this femicide. If you got two females murdering a woman, how is it femicide? I guess I don't. I guess it's well. I guess you can call it a femicide, but I see more masculine side, more masculine side, masculine side, masculine side. Going on with abort black male babies, kill all men, plotting to harm and get men killed, proxy violence, women just going out their way to harm men and then saying they're the victim. This shit goes on, but that doesn't fit the narrative. So, continuing, Shanquella Robinson went to Mexico on vacation with her friends on October 28, 24 hours of arrival. San Jose, they'll found his villa at the villa. She basically gets murdered. The victim's parents, the mother told by her friends that it was alcohol poisoning, which was a lie. They found out that she just died from a severe spinal cord injury.
Oh, have mercy. That's her right there. That's Winter. That's the one that put her arms around Shanquella's neck and body slammed her, and she ain't get back up. So you really think Dejanay finna really let y'all say, oh, no. My punches and kicks won the fatal blow. Both of y'all hoes need to go to jail for murder.
They do.
Period. And that's all.
And that's a female. Yeah, I mean, they're trying to push this transformer narrative, transsexual narrative. Is not. That's a female. They just have to have a lot of extra masculine energy, a lot of masculine, toxic masculine, beta male, beta female energy. And a lot of these dudes are beta males and they're effeminate as hell. Meanwhile, the video of Robinson being physically assaulted by a woman who is allegedly Dejanay has gone viral online. In the video, she's seen beating up Robinson multiple times. Now, NC Beat has revealed Winter Donovan wrapped her arms around Dejanay and slammed to the ground as Donovan recorded the physical assault on her phone. That is just so evil. The source told a publication that Shanquella Robinson does not move anymore. The video of Donovan's attack also rumored to be recorded. However, it was not available online at the time. Man, yuck. I'm talking about Winter Donovan. God damn, that look like a dude. I don't know what's in these females that y'all be taking a lot of masculine. There's a lot of masculine stuff that's laced in women's products. Just like there's a lot of stuff that's purposely to make men feminine. There's a role reversal going on, and there's an agenda, and there's a lesbian agenda that's being pushed, a homosexual agenda. That's why they talk about men are trash. You don't need a man. The women kissing on each other, the threesomes with one guy. That's homosexual activity. When you got multiple women having sex with one man, they're engaging in homosexual activity. And a lot of these women are on some deep down low stuff. And actually, there are a lot of them are being more up high. A lot of these women engage in homosexual activity. In their body count, I will say, in many of these women's body counts, there's a lot of women having sex with other women. A lot of women getting their coochie eaten by other women. A lot of women having their ass eaten by other women. Being having their titties sucked by other women. I mean, it's like women are doing sex acts and all types of freaky stuff. Having their women sucking on other women's toes, but they'll call a man nasty if you want to do it. Suck on a woman's feet. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of kinky stuff. Let me continue. Following Shanquella's death, several citizens attempted to garner information about the names initially by her friends. I'm paraphrasing now. A friend group removed their social media accounts and hoping to keep their identity limelight out of the limelight. That's just too late. You guilty as hell doing that. Not posting for a while was one thing. When you start deleting your social media accounts and deleting all your content, all your photos, you're just making yourself more guilty. And it was just basically overall, it's just women were just jealous of each other. Let me see who's in the chat. Let me see who's in the chat. Let me see. So I'm gonna find out what's up. I'm gonna find out what's up. So, okay, let me see. I'm trying to find out. Okay. So so let me just keep pulling up these information. I know I'm all over the place. It's a live show. I should go easy on myself. So I mean, what I saw, man, when I saw y'all, it's just I'm gonna play some videos right now. Mm. Drinking this detox tea. So since they want to push this, these women are. I'm gonna watch. There's some videos I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play some of them because this is just shout out to Paint Book Lessons. I want to do play a little bit of it. Y'all wonder why these women are getting You wonder why these men are getting passports to find wives, while women get passports to just be, pump and dump. I want to speak on some of the. And I'm going to check out Shallow Kimmy. I mean, I got to check her out. I think she spoke on this. I know Red Supreme spoke on it. I know Sean James spoke on it. Mhm. I don't think Robert Ferguson bother. He don't want to offend his baby mama. I'm not gonna have a problem, but it's like, but you got, you know, I mean, meeting women off of social media can be the worst thing, and you having relations with these women off of social media can be detrimental, especially when you have a child by her. Um, Maybe unplanned pregnancy, more than likely, or planned trying to have a relationship of meeting a woman off of social media. I'm like, gotta be careful. Gotta be real careful. So, shout out to Pink with Lessons. But I'm like, you. It's just crazy. I mean, I'm playing the video.
I take 5. You stay in your car because we're faster than you think. Okay, then. This is faster than you not trying to finish the
Oh man.
Come on. Now you not gonna come here with that bullet, because I'm gonna let you to the today. Don't come here with that bullet for me. I'm trying to make it about you. No, I'm trying to make it.
No, here's the thing. This is tranny. The real T Madison setting the record straight. So, and he, see, that's why I can't say is a tranny because, I'll get canceled and, they'll cancel me. So these women saying I got to say the proper pronouns and I can't say that because these women supported that men who put on dresses and dress up like women are women and women who act like men they can call themselves men and expect special treatment and expect traditional treatment as a woman. Do you see how delusional these heifers are when they're spoiled rotten? A lot of these Western women are the most spoiled, rottenest bitches on the planet. Self-entitled, lazy. They get everything for nothing because you got a bunch of simp beta males who put women on a pedestal just because they put on a dress. Man, let me just play this.
It's not about me. It's not about me. So now, when I say now, one of us did it to this girl, all of a sudden, and I say with her now, what is it? Today, let me know the mother today. Today is trans women with.
And I think this is it. I think this female is in Atlanta. This is just the style of talk when you visit Atlanta. I visit a lot of I'm like 6 hours away from Atlanta, so you visit Atlanta as many times like I have, you'll start to pick it up.
If we really see y'all, a trans is trans. So most people who are being honest will say you're a male. And for the people who want to sugarcoat it and lie like that's not what they believe, just wait until they're mad at people like T.S. Madison. That's when they'll tell you the truth about how they really feel. T.S. Madison came out to speak up about people running around lying, saying the women who attack Shanquella that they're trans. And for the record, that is 100% a lie. It's a rumor that's been going on for days now since that first video leak uncovering who was responsible for her death. I tell you all from the first video and every video after that it was women who attacked Shanquella. They're female. And I even went as far as to breaking it down and telling you what.
And they are some mannish looking hood hyena heifers.
Why women decided to hop on that obvious lie when you can look at the photo of Dejanay and tell that they photoshopped that. Dejanay is 100% female. Winter is 100% female. It's not about being pro this or anti that. It's simply the truth. And you have nothing but misandrous, male and female misandrous, who ran a relay race with that lie. You got black women mostly trying to hide the nonsense under a different group, getting angry at T.S. Madison for saying it wasn't one of theirs who did this, meaning trans. It was one of our own, meaning female. And that's true. But you have folks all over social media talking as if women are not violent, as if women are not capable of attacking people, like it's only men that could do that. And all of this is just absolute nonsense. I have proven over and over.
And that's bullshit because she does a wonderful job exposing it way better than I do. And I think because she's a woman doing it, she has more leeway pointing this out. Because if me as a man who points this out, I get flagged, especially on TikTok. I get canceled. I get shadow banned. I have my life threatened. I get doxxed by these bitches, by these effeminate black male misandrists who call them who are what I who are these pro bitch ass niggas, these pro black male simps that will defend the worst type of women, but the women who are traditional or fit, friendly, cooperative, oh, they don't look at their direction. Oh, she's not being a strong woman and all that stuff, and they are the most dustiest motherfuckers on the planet. They don't cape for women who deserve to be protected and caped for. They want to defend the most ratchet, the dustiest 304s. They talk about, ain't nothing wrong with a woman having multiple bodies, all this other nonsense. And I don't agree with men having multiple bodies either. Well, let me be clear on that either. I believe men should. I don't have a problem with it. I think men should have more than one wife. I mean, especially in my thing is, it's about if he knows how to manage women more so than be a financially responsible man. Because y'all keep saying he has to make all this money and stuff, which is not the case. It's not true. I'm not saying this man should be shiftless and working part-time at like a Taco Bell, but I'm saying if he got his own thing going on, it's a family business thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think it's let me continue.
Over again, now women can be just as violent as men. Most women who behave like that, they're never.
No, more so, and the police and these female apologists, these simps, they don't hold these women accountable for that type of behavior, violent behavior, and criminal behavior. Look how they made excuses for Cardi B. Look how they continue to support Cardi B and women like this.
Prosecuted because people don't tell them, and they're not only that.
No. There's some truth to that, but a lot of men do try to tell pink book lessons, but because of the gynocracy, these guys get ignored. The police don't give a fuck. They try to put the narrative that the man's the problem. That's because of this toxic feminism bullshit.
Way towards kids and men, but they're also like that with other women. I mean, look at the situation here. For some people, it's hard to believe because most media only discuss instances of men against women, so that helps with the illusion as well. But then the fact that got tired of the false information being passed around to thousands of people, really millions across so many different platforms, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Rewind, blog, and not many people really stood up and told the truth. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Click the notification bell for all updates. Let's go ahead and jump back into it.
And I'm going to say this loud and proud. I wouldn't give up if they gave us a separate bathroom. I wouldn't give up if they gave us a separate any mother. I wouldn't give a damn about it. I ain't opposed to it. I'm not happy in my own land. And so when I said it was her own, when I said it, now all of a sudden, I turn the mirror around on you for this, and now you can't take it. Every time that I turn the mirror around and let y'all see y'all just for who y'all is, y'all try to spit it back and get mad at me. Every single day, every single post, every single thing that got something to do with any transgender, anybody, you always jump up to try to explain how we're men and how we are not real and how we're not y'all and how we are not this and you will never be. So the moment that I said it was her own that killed her. The moment that I said that now, you, so what you saying? Oh, now you mad? Suck now. The key to growth is the foundation of one's roots. Strength slip through tension. I hate these commercials, y'all. The repeated practice shows second nature in a body.
Oh.
Y'all trying to spin it back and get mad at me. Every single day, every single post, every single thing that got something to do with any transgender, anybody, you always jump up to try to explain how we're men and how we are not real and how we are not child and how we are not this and you will never be. So it's the moment that I said it was her own that killed her. The moment that I said that, now, oh, you, so what you saying? Oh, now you mad? Fuck now. Think I give up. Because you're mad? I feel some type of way because everybody was on the bandwagon watching this, letting this be all out on the public. And Sandra Rose bullshit motherfucking posted that too. She posted that bullshit too about this was a transgender woman. And you know you is just like she, especially when it comes down to anything anti, you will be on the runway with that. And so when she posted and when they posted, y'all run a marathon with that.
That's exactly what they did. They saw that picture was photoshopped, but ran with that narrative anyway. And the only reason why Black women did that is because they could not swallow the fact that the sisterhood does not exist. They did not want to have to hold another Black woman accountable, and that's why everywhere you looked at it.
Facts. And the truth.
It's just like she, especially when it comes down to anything anti, you will be on the runway with that. And so when she posted and when they posted, y'all run a marathon with that.
That's exactly what they did. They saw that picture was photoshopped, but ran with that narrative anyway. And the only reason why Black women did that is because they could not swallow the fact that the sisterhood does not exist. They did not want to have to hold another Black woman accountable, and that's why everywhere you looked at, but ran with that narrative anyway. And the only reason why Black women did that is because they could not swallow the fact that the sisterhood does not exist. They did not want to have to hold another Black woman accountable, and that's why everywhere you looked at this, wherever Black women are speaking on it, they will either blame this 100% on men by lying and saying the girls are trans.
That's a fact. And I don't think y'all were able to see the comment, but if you follow me on Instagram, it's a public page of Instagram. I posted Shanquella. I posted that clip you're not supposed to see that you're trying to get rid of, and I got trolled. They came for me, y'all. Because how dare you? Because it doesn't fit the narrative. It's just like when I show Swirling Gone Wrong, divestors getting murdered by their white male lover, by their white male boyfriend, by their white male husband, and they don't want to speak on that. Then you got heifers like Cynthia G. And Nala Vibes. Now they were trying to. Now they want to. They waited like. See, they're big content creators, so there's no excuse. They're making money off their bullshit, off of delusional, broken, low self-esteem, Black misandrous bitches like them, pushing these false Black misandric narratives, being anti-Black as fuck. They waited and tried to spin the blame on Black men. Nala and Cynthia G. Now, I gotta check out. I don't know if I have to. I can't. I don't want to accuse China Fox. I would definitely like to hear her point of view because I know she's in a different place, but she sometimes talk that Black feminist shit. I can't fuck with her on that. Women should never be. A man should never defend himself. He should never check a woman. He got a tone police. I'm not. I don't fuck with that. Knowing damn, and my thing, the funny part about China Fox, no disrespect to China Fox, is that she got a man who's a men's advocate for Black men and boys. So I noticed she changed her. I think maybe maybe she has a deep understanding about Black men's issues, and stuff like that. But to me, you got a lot of these women who are black misandrists on social media, but they got a whole man at home, a whole husband at home. While they talk about boss chicks and all that stuff, here they are being stay-at-home wives. Here they are being pick me to that man, even if they're not making six figures or they're working together. You got these women talk about level up, but they're dating bums. Or you got women talk about level up, but they're submissive, they're fit, firm, and corrupt to the man that they're with, but they're telling other women. I always had a problem with this with black women is that you're not honest with each other. Just tell her, hey, baby, just shut up, shut your mouth. Be proud that you're with a man who's doing his thing and all that stuff. You don't like his leadership. You're not going to like what he does, agree with everything he does, but he knows what he's doing. Stand down. Y'all can't be honest with each other because that goes against the feminist narrative because they heard all these color purple stories about grandma being mistreated, mama being mistreated, especially if you got women of the baby boomer era. Talk about how horrible it is. The women of the silent generation spread this misinformation, this one side that they're a victim. He was a cheater. He was abusive. But they never talk about the shit that they were doing. They never talk about the cheating that they were doing, even though most women were stay at home, and most women were at the home. They were never really outside. And if they were working, they were working within the home. That's what they don't want to tell y'all. And if she was working, getting harassed, getting sexually harassed by, because a lot of these black women were maids back in the silent generation. Black women were maids and stuff, and they with all types of shit. But they don't talk about that how they would meet a man or say they're going to the store or driving. If some of them didn't even drive, it was mostly the men who were doing all the driving. Own the car, or they went to the market, or some other man picked them up and got their cheeks clapped. They don't talk about what they were doing. They want to talk about the man being the problem and stuff. But they don't take no. But my thing is, if he was all that, she would. First of all, it wouldn't even lasted 50 years. You got people who will be in toxic marriages, unhappily married, and they stay for. They just. But you can't say you need to leave him, but you're dealing with a dude who ain't worth a damn, and you're paying all the bills, woman. Or you with a dude, but you're saying it's all this, but you're staying for your own selfish reasons, not for the kids. It's always because I like the nice cars, and I get a new car every 3 years being leased, and new cars and shit. Flying to Paris and flying to Hawaii and stuff. You can't say all that shit. Then tell them to leave, but you stay with your husband because you want them. You want to live vicariously. And I think a lot of women like to live vicariously through each other. That's why they give each other bad advice. Oh, you don't need no man. No, you need to stop lying. You need the right man. A man who will respect you for you. Be there for you. Stop looking for all this glitz and glam. This high value. I don't fuck with this high value male bullshit. It's all trash. I don't mean going on rant, but I'm just saying.
Or they would blame it on men for watching. Oh yeah, I forgot about
Pink Book Lessons is speaking bars over here.
not want to have to hold another black woman accountable. And that's why everywhere you looked at this, wherever black women are speaking on it, they will either blame this 100% on men by lying and saying the girls are trans, or they will blame it on men for watching. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. Or they will share the blame and just say everybody. But what you're not hearing them say is Deja May is out of order 100%. Winter is out of order 100%. They just say, oh my God, everybody's the problem. And that's their way of not holding the women specifically accountable by bundling it all up, although they saw the attack for themselves. And yes, they're acting like they want to hold everybody accountable, but what they're really trying to do is take pressure off the women. I'm telling you, emotions aside, and when you just see how everybody's moving, this is a great example of how modern women use deflection and manipulation and lies just to make themselves look better.
You run a marathon with that kid. I take 5.
You run a marathon with that shit. Don't act like that you ain't never. Let me put it in the context that you can understand, right? Because you black women only understand black and always try to separate black.
It's so funny how the black black LGBT are very anti-black. The way they disrespect straight black people, but you can't check them on that bullshit. These idiots have a lot of nerve talking shit about straight black men and black women. If it wasn't for the straight black man, they wouldn't have the rights that they have today. See, nobody wants to go in on them. Nobody wants to check them. You can't check these modern women, and you definitely can't check these modern heifers if they're part of LGBTQ. You definitely can't check a gay woman. You definitely can't whip a gay man's ass because of this hate crime bill. Because you got these Negroes who continuously, especially black females, and these beta male, older baby boomer black male simps voting Democratic. Everywhere Democratic. And you wonder why these other groups have fucked us over and raped us without no damn Vaseline and took the resources that were for us. No reparations, no aid, no support, especially for black men. And you wonder why you got some black men who didn't even vote, who if they did vote, a few of them, not a lot, voted for Republican, which was a small number. Most black men still voted stupidly for Democrat. I will argue that voting either party is trash. But they don't want to hear that part. Black women being the most evicted, black men being destitute, continuously struggling. And we rather blame each other. We rather go at each other. But I will admit, we are to blame. I'm like this. We are to blame to a degree. We are some degree. We need to blame each other for what part of a certain black females and certain black males who are part of the problem. So I'm not going to rule that out completely. Now, some pro-blacks will say, we shouldn't blame you. No, I'm going to put the blame where it belongs. I'm not doing no spread the blame. I'm going to blame you here. I'm going to put the appropriate blame where the appropriate blame belongs. Blame you accordingly for what the problem of what the shit that you contribute to this bullshit and the stuff that you didn't do to prevent this bullshit. That's what I'm going to blame you on an individual basis.
But it's black trans in your community. It's the same way as a white screaming at it. It's the same context as a white screaming at it against her down and against her kids. That's why it's important to do that. See, you get witch hunt on black men who ain't nobody or who have been accused of the mother.
Hey, let me say it right here. Let me stop right here. That is a fact. You have a lot of these modern black women who act like the oppressor's mama, who act like these cave bitches. But they don't keep that same energy. Why don't you make false allegations against white males? And I'll say this in the disclaimer. I'm against women making false allegations, false accusations, false claims of rape, false claims of domestic violence, false accusations. Oh, he threatened me. Oh, I was affair. Well, that didn't happen. Like a bunch of fucking cowards. They want to take advantage of the system, but when it comes to the men in their family, they wouldn't want that done. But that's why you don't believe all women. That's why you don't believe all women. That's why when women talk about, oh, this happened to me and this happened to me, online or even in the mainstream, but you never discussed this with your lawyer. You never discussed this with law enforcement. You never even made an attempt, but you have all this confidence to talk on the social media, to talk on these media platforms. No, that's trash. You don't even. It's like she didn't. It's like You didn't even have the courage to at least get medical attention for if you was violated. And my thing, tell them everything. Tell them how you like to be choked. Tell them how you like rough sex. Talk about how you were role playing. Talk all that shit. Don't be lying on people. Stop with this witch hunt. Because if men were to go back to the old ways, we're calling her, oh, she a witch. Oh, she a slut. And she gets stoned to death. She gets burnt at the stake. Y'all be crying. But this is what happens when you have unchecked female privilege. This is what happens when you have a gynocracy. This is what happens when you got feminism running rampant. This is why, and you wonder why a lot of men are checking out the dating market. You want a men who say, you wonder why women, you wonder why a lot of, you have the audacity to get mad at passport bros. You have audacity to get mad at men, especially men who are well-to-do, got their stuff together, are doing well in business, doing well financially, doing well in their health, doing well in their journey in life. You wonder why they want to take their talents. They want to take their seed. They want to take their dick, their manhood, their resources to women of other countries, non-Western countries. You wonder why they're doing that. I'm not talking about the ones who just want to smash. I'm not talking about those dudes. I ain't talking about them bums. That's just like you just want to go there just to smash. You want to just fly overseas just to get random pussy. Just so you can just smash and play for prostitutes. I ain't talking about you guys. That's some weirdo shit to me. You might as well just pay. You spend all that money where you could just pay abroad. You might as well just pay the broads in America that type of money. Don't make no sense to fly over there just unless you fucking multiple prostitutes for $2, which is nasty. Yuck.
And it wasn't just women. For the men out there who didn't understand that was a problem with them lying about those women being transgender when they're really females. Do you now get it too? Look, I see people, they're upset with T.S. Madison, but T.S. Madison told the 100% truth.
You understand that. So of course I'm gonna say, damn, why would y'all make up a story like that and then send it and then I'm a black trans person that lives in America. Do you not see what's going on? Brooklyn, if you listen, a hit dog a holler. I didn't say all y'all female. I didn't say all of that. I didn't say that.
You see how women just say Mr. Madison. I just can't do it, people. I can't do it. I will not. That's a mister. Okay, that was born a mister. I won't do it. I won't. You see how suddenly these melanated heifers are now throwing the LGBT under the bus. You see how women have loyalty to nothing. And the fact that these women are getting all in their narcissistic feelings, you see how he did not say all. The transformer did not say all. The mister that wants to feel like that's a he, that's a she, that sees themselves as a she. You see how these females are getting so triggered. Madison did not say all. Madison did not say all. Y'all know damn well. But see, a lot of times when these women get triggered, they know that's in them. A lot of times, let me say, when I make statements about certain females, I specify who I'm talking about. I specify the behavior. I'm not the person, not the group. I'm the behavior and act. And I still get people still come for me. And these women act like this shit don't go on. My question is, if you're not like that, how come you're not doing this work to separate yourselves? Why are you so afraid to check another chick, but you have no problem checking a man? And don't come at me with How about you just check other women and let us men check each other and get ourselves right? It would be so easy if women just focus on their issues and checking each other, holding each other accountable. That way, the men can do what they do and focus on themselves and be better versions of themselves as men. It will make our lives so much easier. But these women are too afraid and they're too egotistical, proudful, narcissistic, and selfish to do that. Because women are been told they're so perfect, they're the most educated, they can't do no wrong, which is trash.
Speaking to the ones who answered back.
Yeah, that's the thing about Bimbo argument. Not all. That's their number one tactic. They love to say it's not all. Obviously, TS Matters is not talking about all women. I'm a woman, and I know I'm not being talked about here. So I'm not offended. The offended person is the one with this behavior.
I use my internet for also going to play video game and stuff.
So if you're one of the ones to answer back, then I'm speaking to you. But if you're not one of the ones, because my 6 girls that with me understand and they know. They know. So therefore, I'm going to put it in the context. It's just like a black man being accused by a white of.
But a lot of these black women act like these white bitches, these cave bitches. They want to do the same things, but yet they want to talk about they support black men on the Innocent Project. This is what I was telling when Robert Perkins and I got into it, and we had our private exchange. It's like these women want to push this propaganda. They're dying every far. Black men are victimizing them. When the truth of the matter is usually black women with the proxy violence, and black women being blunt and disrespectful, rude and nasty, and provoking men, and actually striking men and threatening men and being aggressive towards random men that they don't know. Where at least, so basically every hour, every 30 minutes to an hour, that's what these black women are doing. That's what women are doing in general, but it's mostly black women with just victimizing men, using the system, the family court system, the criminal court system against them. But then they want to talk about, oh, we're down for you, black men. No, you're not. You want to use. They want to use the system of white supremacy, that's why I call them Negro bedwitches. This is how a lot of the slave rebellions were destroyed. This is how a lot of black men were lynched and castrated too, because of race traders, these black female race traders. And yes, I said, and this is documented in historical facts, that these pro-blacks, especially these pro-black men, don't want to talk about. I'm surprised, as much as I have issues with the black manosphere, I'm surprised that the black manosphere don't even touch on it like that. All they talking about gold diggers. They talk about bad attitude, women being overweight, all this other nonsense. I'm focused on the core of the problem. I'm focused on policy. Women wanting thugs and street dudes. I'm not on that. I'm focusing. This is what you guys don't understand in the manosphere, and in the so-called red pill sector. You gotta stop. You talk about women being gold diggers, but you be super chatting these heifers who steal these men's talking points, who ain't saying nothing real. Look how y'all put this cave hoe, just Pearly. There's nothing pearly about this raggedy Trailer Park cave cunt from London. This nasty. She ain't look like she took a bath. Racist, and she's very condescending to black people, black women, and specifically, and how she trashes and portrayed black women to be the biggest hoes. I've seen Jess Pearly in some of her videos, and how some of you black men are just worshiping her, talking about you want to marry her a bitch you ain't took a bath, who takes a bath once a month, got the lice and all that stuff. Why? Because she, and like, look. If you want to see this cave hoe, this violent, toxic, feminist cave bitch who just want to make money off of black men, this redhead. I think some of you guys like redheads. Some of you niggas, some of you Negroes like your share. When it comes to y'all swirling, y'all like them cave hoes who got dark black hair. and a little thick and chubby, and some of these redheads, you know, who may, you know, be a little thick and curvy. Some of y'all like them type of cave hoes, cave females, these Caucasian females. Some of y'all like that. And guess what? I'm looking at some of you guys who are just viewing this live stream, and I just hurt some feelings. Speaking that fact. This is why it's so hard for me to get content out, because I don't get the support that I deserve. God damn it. I'm speaking real shit to help us, especially help us as men, especially black men, but I don't get no flowers. And to help you black women too, but I don't get no damn support. I don't get no damn support. Y'all just while watching, y'all don't hit the goddamn like button. I don't, like, what the fuck? There's nobody engaging in the chat. You just wall watching. But y'all support these content creators who just want to make money off the problem, but don't want to do nothing, don't want to make no change. I'm a man who tried to make policy change in Raleigh, North Carolina. Guilford and Alamance. I was actually trying to do this work out in DC. Boy, girl, doing real work out here, and I don't get no damn support. I guess I'm too real for y'all. That's what it is. What it is.
And he didn't do it, or was nowhere on the mother scene. No, I didn't say your kind. I said her own. I said her own.
And that's the woman in the comments trying to win an argument with lies and silly word games. The woman in the comments is trying to say that T.S. Madison said you're kind, when T.S. Madison said your own. Either way, it's just another tactic to deflect. In my opinion, it was her own and her own kind.
I said her own. Don't misconstrue and Tyler. I said her own.
Mm-hmm.
So don't sit over here and play and stupid. What do you mean this is about me? I'm not making this about me. I'm just making it about what it's not. And it's not no girl that did this. Until they jump out and say that other girl was trans, I will come and retract all my statements live. On live TV if I got to. When I cussed Nikita the Dragon Eye about putting on Asian dog, y'all, they posted that good. Don't act like that I don't stand up for women, men, especially black, you stupid. Especially black, I stand up for because I'm black and trans first. So don't sit up here and act like that I'm not gonna stand, especially with me being a large voice in the community. And I'm not gonna say, hey, because I live in this world. And no matter how high status or high profile or whatever it is that it may seem, or whatever it is that it may seem about me, I'm also in danger too. Because a motherfucker attack me on the street or do some ill to me, and what you will be posted. Well, they should stop trying to fool. You never know what people do and hide behind the guise of. This is why we in the situation with Shanquella. She was with her friends. Her friends that hate motherfucking people.
So yes, black women are mad at T.S. Madison, but I have to say that I heard nothing but the truth. I saw right through that lie and recognized the game that was being played, and I called it out at least 3 different times. But I do understand that it took T.S. Madison to basically blow up after you had people running around with this lie for days and spreading it to millions of people before anyone would really put their foot down and get some straightening. As you can see, T.S. Madison's post was seen by millions and heard loud and clear. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started.
All right, that's it. So I'm gonna catch up. I don't want to make this live stream too long, but let me follow up. And I think I'm going to shout out to my man JD Black. Oh yeah, Kanisha. I'm loving Kanisha. Yeah, I'm gonna play this clip real quick. It's very short. Shout out to Kanisha Taught You. I'm gonna tell you, she fine. She is so pretty. She is so beautiful. Mm, mm. Look all fine, representing. Let me just. Whew, I gotta check her out too. I gotta check out her gram. I think I seen some of her feet pictures.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about my thoughts on what happened to Shanquella. And the video was so violent, and I'm definitely not going to play it here. But I feel like it's a huge, reality for how Black women really act towards each other. And I just don't know what it is with niggas. And I'm saying niggas because this is some nigga shit. Like, certain Black people are just filled with so much hate. It's like impossible to coexist with them.
Facts. We hate each other. There's a deep rooted slave mentality, and this is why we are. It's just like this is so hard for us to get free as a people and have true revolution. This is why we can't get revolutionary. We don't want to take the cave off the pedestal, but we damn sure don't want to decolonize our mind. There's no interest in having Black pride. And I would say I do, and this is why I stand with Robert Perkins. you know, you know, shout out to Robert Perkins. Trying to, trying to get Black folks to stop cooning. With his multiple baby mamas, and he trying to be a father to multiple women. But let me just, it's just. And I mean, and let me say this too to other Black men like Wise Nubian. He trying to. I mean, I already know if I were to call out, Wise Nubian, I'm pretty sure some of y'all are familiar with Wise Nubian. If I'm pretty sure, if I were to talk to him, I already know what he's gonna say. Because we talk, I mean, I'm definitely going to see how he's doing tomorrow. Maybe I can get him to be on another live stream. We can chop it up on the stream yard if he ain't too busy out in California. Shout out to Wise Nubian.
It happened less than 24 hours after arriving to Mexico. So they didn't even really have a chance to even enjoy themselves before this tragedy happened. But anyway, I wanted to talk about how this whole thing where Black women, hang out with each other and beat the crap out of somebody till they're almost damn near dead. It's actually a pattern that I've noticed. A few years ago, it was this pretty girl from Atlanta. She was hanging out with her so-called friends, and they got into a disagreement about a burger or something. And do y'all know they beat this woman down there to death? And they recorded it, and then they just like sent her home. Like,
hold on, I gotta check that out. I gotta check that out.
How this whole thing where Black women, hang out with each other and beat the crap out of somebody till they're almost damn near dead. It's actually a pattern that I've noticed. A few years ago, it was this pretty girl from Atlanta. She was hanging out with her so-called friends, and they got into a disagreement about a burger or something. And do y'all know they beat this woman down there to death? And they recorded it, and then they just like sent her home. Like, her face was totally different from, like, when she first arrived there. And I was glad that those females who did attack that woman, they got put in jail, but it seems like the same thing keeps happening over and over again. And we talk about how the men in our community hurt each other. We talk about that a lot, but it's the same thing with the women in our community. And I feel like it gets ignored until something like this happens. The girl that murdered Shanquella actually had something to lose. People found her information and seen that, she worked in healthcare. And it's just crazy to me how that hood rat gene is so strong that she was willing to throw her entire life away just to harm Shanquella. Okay, and then she tries to lie about it and say that she died of alcohol poisoning and left her for dead with a broken neck and cracked spinal cord. At
this point, I don't see a difference between these people and white supremacists. That sounds exactly like some white supremacist shit. Like, it sounds like something that they would do. And this is another black person that you're supposed to trust. And, like, she just, fought her when she wasn't even fighting her back. It was just a really disgusting video. But like I was saying, speaking of white supremacists, y'all know that racist white girl that was hurling racial slurs at that black woman, trying to fight her and shit at the University of Kentucky. That black girl had zero smoke for her. She was laughing and shit, but it seemed like all it takes is for a black woman to just look at another black woman.
Yeah, she's telling the facts. She's telling. And I want to.
White supremacists. Y'all know that racist white girl that was hurling racial slurs.
And I want to touch on it. Let me touch on that. Well, but I'm not going to finish. But I'm definitely going to pull that up because she should not be banned from campus.
Trying to fight her and shit at the University of Kentucky. That black girl had zero smoke for her. She was laughing and shit, but it seemed like all it takes is for a black woman to just look at another black woman wrong, and she just turns into a fucking WWE wrestler and just start doing all kind of shit to try to harm her. So yeah, I can't co-sign that kind of stuff. You guys comment down below your thoughts on this horrible situation. And yeah, rest in peace to Shanquella. I hope her family gets the justice that she deserves. And I just want to thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks so much for all your support. Peace, love.
Okay. So I'm gonna definitely gonna, and definitely gonna just speak on that briefly, and then I want to speak on the final outcome and give my commentary. And if y'all want to join in on the discussion, comment below. If you want to join in on the chat, if you agree, and that's good. Tell me why you agree. If you disagree, tell me why you disagree. Okay, so if you want me to give y'all the StreamYard link so you can come in and keep it respectful. I don't play. Okay, I don't take disrespect and insults, and you're gonna talk to me like you got a hell lot of sense, just like y'all come correct when it comes to the cops, just like you come correct when it comes to your white boss and your cave teachers. You know what I'm saying? Them Caucasian teachers that y'all claim to hate, and other Caucasian folks that y'all have no smoke for. So let me just pull this up. I have to check this out because this is really relevant to the conversation that none of these divestors want to speak on because they turn on each other. You got women like Cynthia G that will turn on another black woman and be shady, and she been turned on by other black women. Same with Nala Vaz, how they had a fallout. You see these women. I'm not saying men don't have their disagreements on fallouts, but for some reason I can have a disagreement with a man, and even if we never get nowhere in a particular debate or disagreement, we can find common ground here. That's when I remember when not just when I had an issue with Robert Perkins on certain things, but other men as well in real life and in this YouTube space. You know what I'm saying? See, this is what problem solving comes into. This is why I say problem solving matters. When y'all say men are this and that, because my thing, I gotta shoot. Now these heifers, goddamn it. I'm trying to find that clip because I want to speak on that a little bit. Because this I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm tired of the disrespect. I'm just real tired of this. I'm tired of the way we don't respect each other. I'm tired of the self-hatred. I'm tired of us not respecting one another and not being there for one another. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of this code switching that we do to each other. It has to stop. Because this shit is ridiculous, man. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'm putting
This is what
it.
these academics are now the Dollar Burger Brawlers. Now, you guys remember the story about the three ratchets in Atlanta who A-Town stomped the fuck out of their friend because she allegedly squished one of their motherfucking Dollar Menu burgers. Now,
they had to let her know that, listen, shit is real out here in the goddamn street. Even though, to me, it looked like more of a goddamn dollar menu burger beat. Because you beating somebody for 3 motherfucking hours, that's the length of a whole basketball game, right? With commercials. You stomping somebody out there, you knock them the fuck out and knock them the fuck back in? When you hear somebody say, listen, I remember going to sleep, I was getting my ass whipped. I will remember waking up and the ass whipping was still going on. That's some intense shit. Now, pretty much, they left her with basically burnt chicken nuggets on her eyes. She had several bruises to her face. She was basically left with all type of cracked ribs, bruises, and of course, she was bleeding profusely. They prevented her from calling the cops. And basically, listen, man, I speculated that, man, they must have been plotting on this chick for a while. To keep it real, that dollar menu burger was probably the last straw. It probably something they.
Let me say this. To anybody, and I remember to this moderator on Robert Perkins on live stream talking, when I said this, oh, women be plotting on men. Yeah, thank you for proving my point that women are perpetrators of violence. But they plot on women too. Y'all, it's like the whole fear of men and all this fear mongering that y'all are afraid of men and shit. It's debunked. You only fear after the fact when it comes to consequences. But if you were really afraid of men, there's a lot of stuff they wouldn't be doing. But see, because of the gynocracy and these laws that favor women over men, especially black men, that's why they do the shit that they do. But look how women turn on each other. Look how women are just jealous of each other constantly, giving each other bad advice, messing with another woman's man, boyfriend, her son, her nephew, you name it, her dad, her granddad. Look how sick these heifers are.
And listen, man, you've been fucking our man too, and you're gonna prevent us from eating a motherfucking burger. But now, all 3 of them were actually arrested, and all 3 of them that were seen in the video. Now, their names are Chaz McDonald, Takia Strickland, and Armani Cofer. Now, these are the 3 hooligans that you see in the goddamn viral video. Now, pretty much, they were all held on $13,500 bail. Now, this kind of gives a little bit more credence to really why they would beat her down for a motherfucking dollar burger, because it says that one of them has been in jail since last week. Now, listen, excuse me. If you have $13,500 bail, that's the bond for you to get out, right? That means all you have to do is literally pay 10%, and 10% of that would be $1,350. The fact that you can't pay that and you're still in jail from last week, and Chaz McDonald has been, yeah, it probably means you should be fighting over a goddamn burger. A dollar menu burger at that. So yeah, pretty much they're all arrested, and now they're all arrested on charges of aggravated assault, false imprisonment, assault with a deadly weapon, and also that. Now, listen, man, these women haven't given their side of the story, but really, does it even matter? I mean, Pointer, which is the victim, she actually doubled down on her story. She said, listen, she is absolutely certain that the reason she got A-Town stomped was because they were at the apartment playing a drinking game, probably sipping some motherfucking lane. And then after, when she almost had on the burger, the chick became so upset that she didn't care about her offering to buy another one back. And that's when the ass whooping started. Now, there was some mention in the video, if you really listen closely, one chick actually said, listen, you stole some shit. So you see how they're doing thieves out in the street. So we don't know what the case is. However, these hooligans are definitely behind bars, and we will see justice being served in this. At least it seems that way, because of the national media attention this story has gotten, and because of the scrutiny everyone's looking at it. I mean, these motherfucking hooligans are out of control. Now, a brief look at all their arrest history, because that was definitely on clear display because they're arrested. Now, it shows that these chicks that were selling pussy, like most of them had prior arrests for some either doing lewd acts in public or be trying to solicit prostitution. So these bitches selling pussy. If they're selling pussy, they can't get out of jail with a low ass bond. Yeah, they might be fighting over motherfucking burger. Okay, that's what it is. I know it sounds improbable, because you're probably thinking, no, they can't be fighting for 3 hours over a motherfucking dollar burger. These bitches are selling pussy and they can't get out of jail when the bail is pretty low. They might be. All right, so you guys in the comment box, man. We'll keep you updated on this shit. But yeah, the fucking keeps going on in Atlanta nowadays. They are taken front and center because they definitely want to be known for pure fuckery. Get the time, watch, make sure you guys like, definitely subscribe to what that makes.
Okay. Now you've seen that one. So I'm going to speak on because this is Kanisha Talks made had a valid point about the Kentucky, and I've seen that. But I want to see if they got something, and then I'm going to speak on the outcome. And I'm going to just do, and I want to just go off of what JD Black has said. He always does a wonderful job on research and commentary. So. Okay, here it is. There it is. I'm going to play this video.
But we begin this hour with a viral TikTok video showing a racist attack on the University of Kentucky's campus last month. Now, we warn you, the video is disturbing.
Why is she giggling and smiling? No, knock her to the floor. And I got Negroes talking about they don't want to go to jail and all this other stuff. But when it comes to another black person, that don't really cross your mind. This doesn't really cross your mind. Why? See, this is the cowardness that I can't stand from black folks, especially you heifers, because y'all stand with these cave bitches who hate you. These white liberal feminists, and guess what? The Caucasian females who are conservative, these cave conservative hoes, are trash too. Let me put in that disclaimer. But y'all keep standing with these white liberal females who don't give a fuck about you, anti-black, don't like black men, but they like to sleep with black men when it's convenient. Many of them, more often than you think, but they don't respect black men. And you got dumbass niggas who's think because a Caucasian female gets on their knees and sleeps with them and has relations that they love you. No, they don't. You a fetish. And y'all don't see nothing wrong with that either. Same with black women who see when the colonizer male sees her just as a pump or dumb fetish. You don't see nothing wrong with that. But in the meantime, if you get pumped and dumped by a black man, sisters, and then be left with a baby, y'all raise hell. Knowing that this man this man didn't want you like that, you poke holes in the condom, or regardless of you thought you was on birth control when you wasn't. You didn't put no resistance. That no, you can't. No, you're gonna use protection. Y'all don't make those demands, and I can tell you from experience, y'all don't make those demands. Y'all get mad trying to steal a man's seed. Protect your seed, fellas.
It shows UK senior Sophia Rosen verbally attacking freshman student Kyla Spring and appearing to physically attack her as well. Spring was working overnight at a dormitory front desk when Rosen entered the building without ID. She appeared to be drunk. Spring says she asked if Rosen was okay. Then she says Rosen began hurling racist slurs, kicking, punching, and biting.
Now, Rosen was arrested by campus police and faces multiple charges, including assault and public intoxication. She has pleaded not guilty. The university has suspended her and then permanently banned her from campus. The school president says, in part, this behavior was disgusting and devastating to our community. We stand by our students who were targeted by this unacceptable hostility and violence. Rosen's attorney told CBS News his client will not comment at this time and is currently enrolled in treatment. He says that Rosen will apologize at the appropriate time. Now, in their first interview, and only on CBS Mornings, Kyla Spring and her mom Mother's name is Betsy. Join us here at the table. Welcome to you both. Carla, a freshman, your first time.
And I'm so sick and tired. Because I'm really sick and tired. It's always the mom that's there. How come the father can never be present? And I noticed that in the media when it comes to situation. Why is it that the dad is never present? And a lot of times the dad is there, regardless if they're together, two-parent home or co-parenting or whatever the reason. How come the dad is not present for the situation? You can't tell me that fathers are not there. I think a lot of times they're advised because they're trying to push a narrative. I'm so sick of this narrative. It needs to be destroyed. The dad should be just as present, and the dad should know what's going on too. The men in her life should know what's going on too.
Away from home, a freshman student. It's heartbreaking to watch that video. Can you take us there, what you were thinking at the time while this was happening to you?
I was thinking that I know the drill. I was raised to act a certain way if I ever encounter a racial attack or assault. But I also was very disheartened that it happened to me while I was working. And I really just wanted to make sure I acted appropriately so that I could keep my job because the script could have been flipped at any time.
Because first, you didn't think that she lived in the dorm. You really.
Damn that job. I'm really sick and tired of that. Y'all gonna say with this just it's like forget that job. And my thing is, well, Calvin, she may lose a scholarship and all that. I'm like, there's some things that just not worth it. There's other avenues of resources. This is why this is why I advocate multiple streams of income when you can. There's other. I'm pretty sure she can have other jobs. I don't know if she's even at that campus, but I'm going to let the video play out.
They did wonder, is she okay? That was your first thing. Had to use the N word over 33 times.
It was told to me that it was used over 200 times.
And we only saw a little part there. Betsy, as her mother, at first, you did not want her to go public. You didn't want any of us to see that video. Why not?
Because I knew that it could go any way, how people respond to seeing the truth that this is not an isolated incident. This is something that happens. It just so happens to be on camera. And I honestly just struggled with what it would look like and feel like to have that disruption in our lives. And it was happening anyway. And Kyla, this is one time as a mom, I actually had to apologize to my daughter. I said, you know what? You're right. You want to share this that needs to be shared. I apologize. I'm behind you. I support you. And whatever you need, and got to her as quickly as I could.
Betsy, what were you feeling the moment you heard about what happened and then saw the video?
Afraid. I was afraid. I was in Texas working away from home anyway. My daughter is in Kentucky on campus. And I knew that, there are rumors, there's a lot shared about racism in the South and how people will respond. There's been some ugliness that has brewed in our country in the last few years that makes you aware that racism is a lot. Just afraid of what that would look like to my daughter.
Stop saying it's just in the South. Racism is everywhere. Not and it's up north. It's in the Midwest and it's in the West Coast. It's like y'all thought racism was over. How? See, this is the coon shit. Now I have to get on black women on this shit. Y'all see. This is the problem. They let you get these bullshit ass degrees. They give you these social programs that don't really help you. They have you enrolled in where you collect debt that you can't pay back. Where taking you as a wife is a problem. This vanity that's pushed. and you think because you got a assistant managerial position that you're doing it big, and you ain't getting paid shit. And then all of a sudden, and I ain't trying to go on no rant. You want a high value man with all this money to rescue you financially and all your debt and shit, and just live it up like them households of Atlanta that they're not even living like that. The cars that they drive is rented. The homes that they have that they stay at is they don't even live in that area. A lot of them live in the lower tier. But they push this delusion on black women, on this bullshit. And then you wonder why these females get on these podcasts, these Kevin Samuels type of shows, and then they embarrass themselves, or if they don't, not just embarrass themselves, then the black men embarrass themselves with this gender war bullshit, and it's just so divide and conquer. Everybody's bitter, but when it comes to the real enemy, we don't have no smoke for the enemy. These caves and these others who engage in anti-black behavior. But the worst part is that black people are anti-black themselves.
2022. You always hope you're not going to be part of a story like this. Sophia Rosing's attorney says that she is kind of humiliated, embarrassed, and remorseful by this incident. What do you say to that?
I say that there's an opportunity for growth in this situation. And I also say that this is an opportunity for not just her to grow and educate herself, but people who might have acted similar.
There's no way in hell you can educate a racist cave. A cave that violence is in their nature. Hate is in their heart. Evil is in their, they have a demonic side to them. The demonic gene, a violent monkey gene, a vicious gene in them. And racism is their only way to survive and thrive. There's no education. She's not going to change. Even if she was taught as a child not to be anti-black. The problem, the system of white supremacy done by the government and institutions of this lost value fucking system enables this racism, and it's institutionally and culturally and systematically. There's no reason for her to change, because you would have to have the government removed. You would have to remove the government. You would have to remove these institutions that are in power and that is maintained. And you can I'll even throw in the financial institutions that benefit off of racism. It's time for y'all to start reading and decolonizing your mind and pick up a history book and watch these documentaries.
Or think similarly to her.
Are you surprised you haven't heard directly from her yet? Apology. I mean, I come by the next day even to find out how you are.
It hurts, but I'm not surprised.
You know, there's another video in this story, not only of the attack, but of a march on campus in support of you, where you spoke. It's a very powerful moment. You say that she will not break your spirit, and there's tears running down your face. We have a little clip of it.
No, you said my name is Tyler Spring. Yeah.
Okay. My name?
Take us to that moment, because
what was coming through your head at that point? In your heart, it seems.
But at that point, I just felt so a part of something bigger than myself. I told myself I wasn't going to cry. I was on the campus bus and I was like, okay, I've written out what I want to say. I know what I have to do. And then hearing like the rumble of people, young people my age that are just like so fired up behind me and for this cause on campus, it's just like, I started crying and like I got a little like weak in the knees, and it's just like it was such an amazing experience to see so many people supporting.
This hurts. This hurts. This is very painful. It's very painful to watch. I hope it's painful to people who are not of color to know that you had to go through that as a freshman. How has it changed you? I'm not even going to say it hasn't changed you. I know. I would assume that it has changed you. How has it changed you?
It's changed my outlook on how often that situations like this happen. Obviously, I've seen things like this in the news and I've heard about it, but you never really know how common of an occurrence it is until it happens to you. So it was a little bit of an eye-opening moment for me to like wake up.
I'm going to stop it right there. This is a prime example. It does not matter if you have a single parent, single mother, or a single father. It doesn't matter if they're just a healthy co-parenting, joint custody. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she comes from a two-parent home. It doesn't matter if the black man, the black child, that black girl, and that black boy that's grown up into adulthood, from child, teenager to adulthood, is grown up in a healthy two-parent home, middle class, upper middle class, the poor, the projects, wealthy elite, wealthy class. It doesn't matter. I look at the Simmons family. I look at these black folks who are affluent. What I see is a common problem, that there's no black pride. There's just a bunch of coon ideology. This is the problem here. It doesn't matter if she came from a two-parent home, and it doesn't even matter if the dad was even there. It doesn't even matter, because what I see is there's no black pride. There's no revolution. This is all, she's on that turn the other cheek bullshit. It doesn't even matter if she's Christian or not. It even doesn't matter if it's atheist. I would say this: if she came from a family that was very militant, very prideful, legitimately, y'all can say if she was in the living room. Even as much as in the perfect world, and she lived in a predominantly well-to-do black town, progressive black community, not all that liberal, rainbow, feminist, democracy, matriarch. I'm not talking about that. It wouldn't even matter if she was actually living among the caves. It's like in a perfect way, if you really pro-black, really legitimately pro-black. But seriously, B1, 2, 3, B1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, all the way to the goddamn end. It wasn't. Now, I would say if these parents had black pride, revolutionary, and they instilled and they told their children the truth, told her the truth as she was growing up about how it is out here, educating her about herself. I bet you if she was in that, and I bet you she'd have to beat the brakes off her, regardless of what you think. If you disagree with her, I would argue she would have checked that bitch and laid her out, and then the parents come behind her, and then people who are like-minded. I bet you that she would be untouchable. Yes, she may have to deal with some. She may get arrested. She may get kicked out of campus and stuff like that. But I'm like this. Me personally, but I'm like this. Sometimes that's what has to be done, people. I know y'all don't agree with that. But I'm like this. Is in the name of self-defense. I'm an advocate for black folks defending themselves against white supremacy and these sellout coons. I'm a strong advocate for that. Beat the brakes off them. I'm not saying just fight everybody. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about within reason, depending on the infraction. I'm not saying you just go off and cuss people. I'm not saying that. It's just check these motherfuckers. Check these hoes, these cave bitches. Just check them. They start talking anti-black, put in their place, remind them who the fuck they are. Right? They need to be show that white light about how vicious they are. This is not about no hate shit. This is about holding the system accountable and calling around and not just calling them out, but charging them on their bullshit. If we had more black parents doing that, regardless of the parenting situation, regardless of the family structure, regardless of the tax bracket, if we were all on that type of time, on that time of pride, our conditions would be, our conditions would not be as they are today. And we would have kept that same, we actually would have legitimately had that back in the 60s, back in the 50s and 60s, and we actually really did not do that bitch ass turn the other cheek shit, take the more of the Malcolm X approach. You've seen other nations overthrow each other's government. We've seen it throughout history. I would say this: how come black people all over the world can't do that? It don't take that much to do. Okay, I had to say that. I had to get that out there. But anyway, I'm gonna speak on the update. Definitely gonna speak on the update. We need to talk about. We need to. We definitely need to speak on this. Where is it? I'm trying. I gotta check out baby. Let me check out. I'm just looking at. Just trust. Give me a second. I'm trying to find the last part. I mean, I gotta check out Sean Kimia. I mean, I don't know if she spoke on a Shanquella, but I'll check that out later. Shit. No. Mm-mm. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me just play this. I think this is it.
Since I'm a student of college, I use my internet.
Like here, shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I have some breaking news in the Shanquella Robinson case, apparently the Mexican prosecutor has issued an arrest warrant for one of the so-called friends of Shanquella Robinson. Now, there's no confirmation as to who, but I have a good idea as to who it is. I believe it is the woman in the black to your left with the orange helmet on. Her name is Dejanay Jackson. All right, she's the one that was in the video beating her up. I believe the warrant was issued for her because why would they issue the warrant for anybody else unless they have evidence and information about some other situation? Now, they could be issuing it for Winter Donovan because, I talked about how she reportedly gave the death blow. She grabbed her by the neck from behind and slammed her to the ground, and she did not move after that. But much of the damage was done by Dejanay Jackson, and that could be the person that they're looking to arrest. Now, one of the things that really bothers me about this, and maybe other people, is the fact that they're only arresting one. Like, you have a group of people there, you have people recording and things of that nature, but
facts, and that's the thing. Why is it like one? And I would even argue that Dejanay Jackson and Winter Donovan, it should be more than one arrest. It's just like, because I would even say the people who were complicit needed to do time too, because they were involved in being complicit and covering up for the bullshit that these bitches were doing. These two bitches were doing to Shanquella Robinson.
No, things are different there, and maybe they don't feel like it's worth it bringing all of them back here and arresting all of them. They get one and interrogate that person and find out from them what the truth is. Because we all know that Dejanay is not going to be spending no time in no Mexican jail standing up for her friends. I mean, she could, but I doubt it, because she has gone into hiding ever since the situation happened, which shows me she's not a strong person. And once they do get her in the interrogation room and she has to sit in those Mexican jails, she's going to talk. All right. Matter of fact, Winter Donovan needs to be arrested as well. And they probably will find more evidence, whether it be video evidence, text messages. And the thing is this, Mexico is going to do their due diligence, and they're going to pursue charges. So let's get into this article. This is according to WSOC-TV. It says a arrest warrant has been issued in the death of Shanquella Robinson, a Charlotte woman who lost her life while vacationing in Mexico, according to Mexican prosecutor, and confirmed by ABC News. Daniel De La Rosa Anaya, the prosecutor for the state of Baja California Sur, told ABC a friend of Robinson, who is the direct aggressor, but we all know who that is. The direct aggressor, we know that's Dejanay Jackson for the most part, unless there's some other evidence to prove otherwise, is being sought by international authorities on charges of femicide. This case is fully clarified. We even have a court order. This is an arrest warrant issued for the crime of femicide to the detriment of the victim and against an alleged perpetrator. A friend of her, who is the direct aggressor, De La Rosa Anaya, told ABC News. Actually, it wasn't a quarrel, but instead a direct aggression. Yeah, it was definitely a direct aggression. There was nothing about this whatsoever that said that it was a mutual fight. We are carrying out the pertinent procedures, such as Interpol alert and the request for extradition to the United States of America, for extradition to the United States of America. It's about two Americans, the victim and the culprit. Authorities have not identified who they are working to arrest at this time. Well, they might want to get the U.S. Marshals involved as well, but that's up to the U.S. The U.S. should be doing everything possible to settle this. I know it bothers them to incarcerate a woman of any race, because if it was a black man, he would have already been in jail.
Facts. And I'm so sick of this. We gotta handle women with kid gloves. We can't hold women accountable when it comes to the criminal justice system, when it's actually the criminal injustice system, y'all have no problem putting men in prison. Y'all have no problem locking men up. Y'all have no problem ticketing, making men do their time and stuff, even if it's not his fault, even if he's not in the wrong. Y'all have no problem doing that. You have no fucking problem doing it. But when it comes to women, we gotta see them as these we gotta handle them with kid gloves, we gotta coddle them. And this is why you got modern women. This is how modern women have been created. 50 years of this bullshit of gynocracy. But I digress.
Would have found some way to incarcerate him until they were able to get him extradited back to Mexico. They're not going to just let him be free. But because we're dealing, and this is I'm not saying it's the only thing, but y'all got, this is the reality. This is the reality. Okay, they have no problem locking up here, especially black men. But in this situation, people are just roaming free after they committed a crime. After the autopsy basically says that this woman was basically beaten until she lost her life, that was the cause. You're not going to just wait. You're going to take action. But the U.S. government has taken no action whatsoever, right? They would, if they were looking into it, they'd probably be so much evidence if you would at least attempt to try. But again, this, and this is sad to say, the government is more concerned with narratives and propaganda and waging war on its citizens.
That's the problem. Jay is spot on. Jay is on point. That's the problem right there. I am so sick of this. See, they want this is what happens when y'all look. Regardless of how you feel about politics, this is what happens, especially when you let gynocracy, especially when you lean to the left. I am not no Republican, so don't come at me with that. I'm speaking facts. The problem here when it comes to these females doing the dirt that they do to men, children, themselves, is that we can't hold them accountable for this type of bullshit because we don't want to we don't want to make women be, we don't want to see the true nature of women, especially modern women, that they're bad people, that they can be bad people too. I would argue if you actually show women that they can be bad people too, that this shit wouldn't be going on. If a lot of these women, I've been told that they're perfect and all that stuff, if you actually show the good and bad and stop demonizing men, showing men only as bad people, and show the good people, the men who are good people, and have an honest balance. I know, but see, this is our responsibility as men. There's no money in showing women in the true light. See, when it comes to women of accountability, showing how women can be vicious, violent, criminals, and all that stuff, hoes and tricks and bitches and all that stuff, I hold her legitimately accountable without no excuses. But see, there's no money involved. There's no money in that. There's no money in holding women accountable. That's the sad thing. There's no money in showing men in the path like there's good, honest men of integrity and stuff. Y'all don't support, hell, y'all don't even support men who operate like that. Y'all find every reason to discredit us. Y'all find every reason to find something wrong with us or why we can't be good guys. Look how we portray the narrative and that the nice guy finished last. I know I'm not going on no tangent and no rant. I'm speaking facts.
Because of who their political leanings are, in actually solving this, knowing that the public is outraged, but I guess it's not beneficial to them. If it was beneficial to them, they would have done something by now. They would have done something. If we're talking about a conservative Trump supporter, they would have moved in immediately. Okay, if this was a racial crime, or considered a racial crime, it was a white person that took the life of a black person, they would have moved in immediately. They don't care if it happened in Mexico. Listen, we talking about racism in 2022. You need to do something. The Mexican government. About racism in 2022. You need to do something. The Mexican government has put the ball in your court. You need to go and you need to do something with it. Michael Leteri, an expert in femicide in Mexico, said when a woman loses her life in the country, authorities are often required to open an investigation as a femicide. From there, they look into whether she lost her life for reasons due to her gender or if there were specific circumstances such as domestic violence. ABC News told Robinson's mother on Wednesday evening that an arrest warrant had been issued in the case. I feel so good. That's a good feeling. Salamandra Robinson said, that's what we have been waiting for someone to finally be held accountable and arrested. I just can't wait for justice to be served. Her parents said that Robinson was 25, left for Cabo San Lucas with several friends on October 28th. A day later, she was dead, says the state attorney general in Mexico investigating the case. She should have never lost her life. You know, people are asking me, why am I so hyped up about this? You know, why am I so hyped up speaking about this? I'm hyped up speaking about this because this is stupid. It should have never happened. She shouldn't have lost her life. If you have a
facts, and I agree with that. In my opinion, whatever issues that these females, Dejanay and Winter Donovan had, because she had an issue because of what's been going on, based on what's been reported from from sources and people reporting from live streams and news reports, social media, that even from them, the people, the suspects, that there was a beef. Shanquella Robinson allegedly tried to set up one of the, I don't know, it was the men in Winter Donovan's family or Dejanay Jackson, or was it her, or I think it's a possibility. That was probably could be more than one reason. That doesn't justify Shanquella Robinson getting murdered like she did. But I would say it's more than that. Messing with a man, or she did on one of her guy friends dirty, or she was fucking over some dude and trying to get him harmed or something like that. Just so many factors. That doesn't justify having to. If you don't want to fuck with of what you see her as a bitch. If you don't want to fuck with her, then don't even go on the trip. Tell her to keep her money. Why would you let her pay your bum ass to finance this whole trip? Y'all don't have no damn money. Ride her car, ride in her Uber, Lyft, whatever, and be out there and you do this. That's trash. There's no reason in the world. Look, we all have dirty thoughts. We all been pissed the fuck off at somebody. But when you actually just go out your way to, and especially in a different country, and do this type of shit, and you commit a crime, a violent crime in another country, and you're not even familiar on how the laws are and how the rules are, the laws of the land, and you don't understand the sovereignty, their constitution, their rules, their regulations, their restrictions. You do stuff like that, and you don't understand the legalities of how they do things over there. That's ignorant. That's just bad. That's just terrible. That's just it's like and it's like terrible, terrible. And my thing is like, it don't make no sense to do that over there. You're better off. Not saying that would be right either. You're better off doing it and just running your ass to another country than you try to do it the other way around. That don't make no sense. But see, when you got people who are criminals and low vibration, because these are low vibrational people. And Shanquella, I'm not, look, I have to call it out. I'm going to put with Jay Finish, brother Jay Finish, but I would say Shanquella, she ain't no sweet person because you are the company you keep, sister. You hang still fucking with low vibrational people says a lot about you too.
Problem with somebody, you handle it before you go to a different country. But obviously they wanted her to be there so she could be cornered like about this. I'm hyped up speaking about this because this is stupid. It should have never happened. She shouldn't have lost her life. If you have a problem with somebody, you handle it before you go to a different country. But obviously they wanted her to be there so she could be cornered like Craig because they're weak people and they wanted to feel like they were in high school again and they wanted to bully her. And I don't like bullies. You know, I like to bully the bullies. So whenever I see these situations, I go in, you know, and really speak to the truth of this matter. It could be her. It could be anybody. You know, when I see stuff like, when I see videos like what I saw about what happened to her, that situation needs to be addressed. Justice needs to be served. We got way too many cowards out here who feel comfortable being cowards. At first, friends told Robinson's family she passed away of alcohol poisoning, but the autopsy shows she died of a broken neck and spine. Channel 9 obtained Robinson's death certificate. It lists the cause of death as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, and says she died within 15 minutes of the injury. Alcohol poisoning is never mentioned. In the box asking whether death was accidental or violent, the medical examiner wrote yes. Is it both? It could be probably considered both. Maybe that's why they put yes. After her passing, video surfaced showing a woman being attacked. The woman attacking Shanquella Robinson. So Amanda Robinson previously identified the people in the video as her friends, her daughter, her company on the trip to Kabul. And those same people, her company on the trip to Kabul. And those same people, Khalil, which is the friend, the male friend, and then these two right here, right? Winter Donovan, who's on the right, and Dejanay Jackson, who's on the left. They went to her mother's home with Khalil. They sat there and they pretended like they cared. They pretended like they were a friend to her, when really they were her enemies. They were her ops, as the youngins say now. They wanted to do something to her. Jealousy? Is it either misinformation? Was Khalil, being the gossip queen that he was, going back to them and telling them things to rile them up? Because we all know it doesn't take much for you to get riled up to want to destroy each other. Because Khalil was actually, supposedly, Shanquella's friend. But really, he wasn't. You know, he sat back and watched what happened. Him, the other beta male, Malik. I heard a rumor that involved those two guys specifically on that trip. I'm not going to say what it is, but y'all can interpret what I'm saying. And, you know, this shouldn't have happened. You know, these are supposed to be your friends, idiot. And now they're going to prison. At least one of them that we know is definitely going. What happens when she tells on all of y'all? What happens when she's no longer protecting you? What happens when you have to face the music because of what you did? This is where we are, and I want people to understand something. You have to choose, you know, a lot of times when you grow up with people, you have, you know, a soft spot for people that you grew up with. You know, you think that they're not capable of doing harm to you. That's Malik in the middle. Not Malik, excuse me, that's Khalil. That's her supposed male friend, who's nothing more than a gossip queen who recorded himself recording her, he recorded her while she was asleep on the trip. And I'm talking about Shanquella. This male recorded her while she was asleep in a hammock saying, "You want to see a dead body?" This is what he said the night before Shanquella lost her life due to this masculine heifer, Dejanay, and her strong-faced friend, Winter Donovan. While the original source of the video is unclear, Salamandra Robinson believes it was taken during the Cabo trip. In the video, a person can be heard asking Shanquella could at least fight back. No. Again, you got these males who are so female identified. They're so weak and cowardly. They think like women. I don't know why a lot of you women love being around these males, okay?
I would say the reason why they like being around these bitch-made males is because it's about power. They want power over, and it's so stupid. It's just so stupid. They want power over a man so bad, and they like men who are castrated. It's for some reason they think they can control these weak, emotionally unstable, toxic males, these emotionally toxic, emotional terrorists, whole ass, bitch ass males. That's what it is, Jay.
Who are nothing more than females in a male body. They're not going to stop anything. They're not going to help you because they're female identified. And I think that Shanquella, ultimately, I think she realized that she was alone. She realized she was alone. She realized that none of them liked her and that none of them were going to help her. And that's why I think all of these people who were there with her need to be held responsible because they tried to cover up, they tried to assist in a crime, lied, and thought they were going to get away with it. No, and the thing is that they can't get away with it if these law enforcement agencies do their job. That goes for the Mexican authorities and the American authorities. The U.S. State Department and FBI have also been involved in investigating the case. Robinson's death has drawn national attention. A GoFundMe for her family has raised more than $370,000, including contributions from several celebrities. Kyrie Irving, he donated $65,000. He donated $65,000. You know,
And let me say this about Kyrie Irving. As much as I commend him for doing that, bro, that was damage control. He was stunting. He was stunting. I mean, that was not because he cares. It's about he's stunting. That's the thing. That ain't that was not no because he cares and all that stuff. That was trying to make himself look good because he's doubling down and backing down and cowering down for telling the truth. That's all. I mean, that's what it is.
Shout out to him. These are disgusting people who did this to Shanquella. Shanquella didn't deserve this to happen to her. This shouldn't have happened to anybody. And like I said, you got a lot of weak people who come together to terrorize other people because they're weak. They're weak. And finally, at least one of them is going to face the music, but all of them need to face the music. So let me know in the comment section, let me know your thoughts, like this video and share. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll see y'all next.
All right. So in closing, I'm still. There's no verdict on. There's a warrant. There's a warrant, but But from my understanding, is this from what I'm reading? There's no update really, and I will definitely try to make an put in the effort and time to speak on the update. But so far, just a warrant has been issued towards Dejanay. I would argue that there needs to be an arrest, a legitimate arrest for all of them. Dejanay went down for committing that heinous, horrific crime, violent crime, because there was no reason for that. She paid for the food, did all these things, and you do this. But black men are the problem. Straight black men are the problem. Masculine, conservative, man's man, black men are the problem. But we're not there. And then it's like, I don't get y'all. I don't get y'all women, and then y'all trying to say trans and all that stuff. I mean, but the people who are complicit, recording, because the women because y'all trying to blame this on men, when you had other females that were complicit, you had the two females do this to Winter Jonathan and Deshaun Jackson, who's obviously the aggressor. Khalid, he's just standing there. The other males, but the other female could have did something too. Y'all ain't calling her out. No, they all need a fry. They need the book thrown at them. But because because the majority of them are women, it doesn't fit the narrative. And that's why I have a problem with this narrative that women are sweet, loving creatures, which is rare. And so for the last 50 years, that has never been true since the beginning of time. I don't want to get deep into it right now. All you gotta do is look at all the black men who are falsely accused of crime, lynchings, falsely accused of rape, abuse, rivalry towards racist, misandry, Caucasian females. All you gotta do is look at Emmett Till. All you gotta do is look at these men. And just in another country, that women doing some fuck shit, whole shit, proxy violence. Women initiate proxy violence, and that has never been the case. Why would we just look at people as people and stop trying to say men are the evil ones and women are the angels? Now you got this gender war where you got guys, they talk about we're the good people, we're the good ones, and women are all bad bitches and hoes. Y'all gotta stop that shit. Y'all playing into the hands of the so-called powers that be, especially black folk. We're playing into their hands, but y'all don't give a damn. But anyway, those who are watching, thank you for watching. Those who are gonna watch the playback, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, follow me on my other social media platforms. Bless the Cash App. You fuck with the message. PayPal, and I'll see y'all later for more. Stay tuned.